Welcome back to Gaming with Grimes, where I talk about what I've been playing for the week. And this week I want to talk about Gwent and 5 things I'm loving about Gwent. That's right, I've been playing a ton of Gwent and really having a good time. And the first thing is the new player experience. The new player experience with Gwent is frankly phenomenal. It is the most generous system I've seen. When you enter the game, you get to go into this tutorial, which is these challenges, and as you go through these challenges, you're getting free kegs or packs. I haven't completed these yet. As you see, it's like a certain amount of ore. Every 100 ore is a pack, so it's something like a pack and a half for completing these, and then a new leader guy, and then more packs. So you come through this whole section, and you come away with 3 or 4 or 5 packs or something like that, and everything's going along well. And then you start playing your games, and you're getting a little bit. You're getting a little bit here, you're getting a little bit there. The daily rewards are really great. Let's look at the rewards. So, for your 6th round win, which is 3-1 games, or 6 games in which you did poorly and only won 1 round, you're getting a pack. Then you play a couple more rounds. You get up to 18, and you get 75 more. And on the way, you're getting other rewards. So you're probably going to pick up another 25 on the way. So just by playing your game, just playing Gwent, having a great time, you're getting about 2 packs a day. Now this all changes even more dramatically as you get on the ladder. So when you get to, and as you're leveling up, by the way, you're getting packs. Look at this, you're getting a pack for leveling up. So you're getting rewards just for playing. And then when you get to the ladder play, you get an absurd amount of packs. So once you hit level 10, you get to jump onto the ladder. And if you do well at all, I've only been playing about a week. I'm level 13 now on the ladder. I have been playing quite a bit. I have a lot of fun. Look at it. It's a keg. These are packs. 2 kegs. 3 kegs. 4 kegs. 5. I just got 5 kegs for hitting level 13. If you look at this, I have not been stockpiling kegs. I think this was 2 days ago, or last night even, I think. I was like, oh, I should save my kegs to show people how fast you can accrue them. This is 530 ore, which is 5 kegs, and 10 is 15 kegs. So in the past 2 days, I've gotten 15 kegs. Now, I do have to add a caveat to that of once you get to that place in the rank where you get stuck, whatever that ends up being, the kegs are going to slow down. But then at the end of the season, boom, you're going to be showered upon with more kegs, and then the whole process starts over. Now, I'm new to Gwent. I don't know exactly how long these seasons are going to last. They haven't announced this yet. But the bottom line is that initial climb, that initial gathering period in games, which is oftentimes the make or break it, where you're like, do I like this game? Do I not? They are so generous with you. It's absurd. Like, so much so that you're like, does this work? Does this actually function as a realistic economy? And it does, and I'll get to that later. It's not all rainbows and unicorns. You are going to hit a wall at some point. And so I do want to real quick contrast this with what happened the first time I played Gwent. The first time I played Gwent was like right at the beginning of the closed beta, and I was trying to figure out why didn't I like Gwent. And the reason was there was no new player experience. They didn't give you anything. I didn't even talk about one of the things they give you. They also give you decks. They give you like 5 different decks. They give you 4 gold cards. We'll talk about those in a minute. But they give you all this free stuff. Back when I played, I was watching a Noxious video where he's talking about how hard it used to be. And I was like, oh, yeah, wow, you're right. They basically gave you 1 gold and then some garbage. And we're like, all right, have fun with the closed beta. And while I thought Gwent was fine, I was like, I can't really play this game for real. It seems lame. Every game is the same. All my opponents' decks are the same. Everyone has the same stuff. It's hard to really enjoy this game. And with so many amazing games on the market, I just put it aside and was like, I don't know, maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe it won't be terrible later. And it's a really fun game when you're able to have stuff. And boy, the new player experience is just amazing. Going with that is actually pack opening. Pack opening is the second thing that I love about Gwent. Let's go ahead and open a pack. I'll show you what I mean. It's really a cool method. So the first part is you're going to get, 4 bronze cards. Bronze cards are basically commons. There's just 4 commons you get. Okay, great. I'm sure I have all these. I don't care. What's so awesome about a pack, though, is you get one better card, but you get to pick. Which one do you want? Which one fits the deck you're chasing more? Which one fits an archetype that you already have that you want to flesh out? And it even tells you at the top, oh, you own this many, so in case you weren't sure. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, that's okay. If I wanted to play a consume deck, which I don't really, I only have one of him, I would want more. She's actually really good, so I'm going to go ahead and grab her. But the point is, you get a choice, which is amazing. And now these are just the rares, and so it's not that amazing. But when you get to epics and you get to legendaries, imagine this. You open a pack, and it's a garbage legendary, right? And you're like, oh my god, I finally hit a legendary, and it's garbage. I'm going to have to break it down and get a fraction of its cost. Oh wait, I get to choose from 3 legendaries. There's a decent chance that one of those 3 will help you in some way, and I think that is just amazing. And coupling that with the new player experience, it just allows you to get to a functional point very quickly. So like I said, I'm already 13th on the ladder, and I have not stagnated. I'm climbing rapidly because I already have a reasonable deck. Is it an amazing deck? No, it is not an amazing deck, but it's like a tier 2 deck that is partially fleshed out. And this is what I want to talk about next. There's 3 levels. This is the third thing I love about this game, is that they've done this really cool thing where the super powered cards, you only get 4. Now, you can choose some really awesome cards, and this is the problem with the new player experience, right? Where you kind of hit that wall and you run into it and your face melts and you're like, oh right, there's a big problem. The problem is the golds are really hard to get, and they're really expensive, and they're really freaking awesome. But the positive side, there's only 4 of them. They don't dominate decks like you do in a normal card game where you build a deck and it's like 20 of the 30 cards are all legendaries, and you're going, okay, well, I got a long climb here. Not in Gwent. You have 4 legendaries, 6 epics. That's 10 of your 25. That means 15 of your cards, or the core of your deck, are these bronze cards that are pretty easily accessible. Now, some of the bronze are rares, like we saw. So this guy, the Mahakam Defender, is a really key piece to this deck, and he's a rare. So I have the 3 of him. This guy's pretty good. He's actually common. I thought that guy was a rare too. Okay, this guy is a rare, and he's pretty good. He's not 100% necessary. But so, for instance, for this deck, this guy is really good. So I made him. I crafted him, essentially. And then she is phenomenal with this deck. It's like the 1 gold where I talked to a bunch of people and said, like, okay, if I was going to make 1 gold and I'm running this kind of deck, what do I make? And the cool thing is, there's all these neutral golds that are awesome. There's this dude that when you play him, he kills the best guy on your opponent's team if they have 20 points on a row, which is very often. And so he's really amazing, and he's neutral. And so I almost got him, but she is just so good for this deck, I made her. But the point is, the golds don't dominate, and I really like that about the game, that you get a couple, especially if you get a couple really awesome baller neutral golds, it gives you flexibility to kind of move around. Now, the limiting factor here, of course, is if I were to build 4 of these green deck only golds, as she is, by the way, notice she's green, it'd be a problem. At that point, I couldn't really switch around, and so I haven't done that. And up at the top here, we can see how much it costs to make somebody. And the golds cost 800, and I have exactly 800. So I've been playing for about a week. I have all these kegs, all of these cards, but I still only have enough to make the 1 gold I've already made and another gold, and I might have made a couple of those rares to complete that deck. But the point is, that's where the brick wall is. So you have to be very careful, I think, about what golds you're getting, and you're just hoping that you're going to get a gold in a pack so you can get a 1 of 3. I have not gotten one yet. I've opened a lot of packs, and I haven't gotten a gold yet, so they're apparently very rare. Okay, so the next thing I really like about Gwent is the unique gameplay. So if you haven't seen how Gwent works yet, we'll take a brief second here to go through it, because I'm sure most people have seen it, but we'll couple this with number 5, which is the deep strategy that I like so much about the game. So first of all, look at this. This is your starting hand. The first time I saw this, I was like, what in the heck is happening? This is ludicrous. But it lets you draw up 10 of your 25 cards. So you can really get stuff going. So my strategy is to have like this guy and this guy hang around. And so I only have one of each of them. This guy could have 3. And so I'm going to toss her and see what I get. Oh, she's really good. Remember that gold we were talking about? That's amazing. That's a good card, but I can get that with her. This is a good spell I can get with her. Okay, so that's fine. And what's really cool about the game is there are 3 rows, and you total up your points at the end of the round, and there are 3 rounds. So there's all of this back and forth strategy. So like I'm going to put out my guys that are going to have this symbol, which means resilience, which means normally all of the guys clear out at the end of the round, but not my guys. They're going to hang around because they're awesome. So go ahead and make him, and whenever you play a dwarf, he gets buffed, and so now he's getting buffed, and so now at the end of the round, I'm going to have all these extra things. I don't know what he did. He did something interesting. He consumed a card or something. And I'm just playing stuff, and I'm more resilience guys, and so they're going to stick around. But the point is, you can do all these neat things. So he has all these points on the board, right? And I don't have much, but these guys are going to stick around anyway. So best of 3, whatever. I'll pass. Let's move on to the next round. Sure, you've used your leader ability, and that's what I think is so cool about this game, is that it takes it in a unique direction that we haven't seen something quite like this. There's just the different lanes you can use. There's a mulligan at the end of each round. You draw up some cards, you mulligan. I guess I don't need 3 of her. Like, she's fine. Okay, that's fine. But this is what I really, really like about this game is both the uniqueness of the gameplay that I haven't seen before. I've played like every single card game. I haven't seen anything like this. And the amount of strategy that this takes. Really thinking through, and especially once you know the cards, there are so many endless possibilities that you need to be aware of, that when you're playing and you're like, oh no, I didn't think of that, and now that wrecked me. It really is a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and just play this game out. It should be pretty quick, and you can kind of get an idea for what I am talking about here. So, look at this. So we have another resilience guy. So we have 2, and what she's going to do for me is she's going to give me 2 more guys that carry over to the next round. So we should be in good shape. This guy, he carries over as well, half of him, so he'll be a 4. So I'm currently looking at having 3 guys hanging around for next turn. Okay, that was a good card for him. Let's see, we'll play her, probably get a potion. We can't take that because that's what we're going to use. I'll show you how cool that is soon. I'll get another guy. We'll get another guy, sure. We're going to make him stick around, so we'll bump that guy. Well, that's dangerous. This is a dangerous strategy. Okay. He's moving to my guys, no problem. We're gonna get even more, even bigger guys. Who are we keeping around? We're keeping around these guys. We're gonna be able to keep around both of these. So we are going to win. Okay, so he's passing. He's like, all right, I can see I'm not gonna win this. So this girl, she goes to the other side. Okay, that's unfortunate, but we get to pick any spell and cast it twice. So this one gives people resilience. Boom, boom. And so now we see, more examples of this deep strategy at work that my opponent passed, thinking, okay, I need to just kind of like stop the bleeding here. He's going to have 2 guys coming over. I need to be able to fight it. Suddenly I have 5 guys that came over. I have 48 power. There is just no way he can come back from that. And I'm just going to keep this hand. It's fine. It's not amazing. But whatever. We'll just buff some guys and move on and win. I mean, it's 60-0. There's no chance he's going to win this. All right. So that's what I love so much about Gwent right now. The rewards are just amazing. Not only the rewards we talked about, but at the end of each game, as long as your opponent says good game to you, you get even more rewards. It just feels like it's one of the most feel-good reward systems you will ever encounter. Like I said, you are going to hit that wall, but for the new player, it just feels utterly amazing. The pack opening is so cool. the division of the gold, silver, and bronze, the unique gameplay, the deep strategy. I can't good game the computer, apparently. But these are the 5 reasons why I am loving Gwent and playing a ton of it. So I'll see you next time, another edition of Grimes Games.